extremes, hot or cold, ice swimming, and more. Hello, fellow Mavericks. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Ordinary Maverick podcast. Summertime. There's something about these words that immediately gets a smile on our faces and brings back fond memories. For many countries in the world, summer means holidays, long days, travel to fun places, spending time with family and friends, basically pure joy. Of course, it also means a lighter pocket, right? When one vacations, it also means having a few less in the bank. But that's okay. With flowers blooming, sunshine, and birds chirping, life feels good, and one goes along with the flow. We did our fair share of vacationing this summer, and we are fortunate to spend time with family and friends. On one of those beautiful summer mornings, we sat down for breakfast in the middle of a national park, surrounded by nature, and started responding to the question posed by our server: "What would you all like to drink?" And that's when it struck. Everyone had their own preferences, from really hot tea to chilled iced coffee. Two extremes. I wondered, what is it about these extremes? What's the fascination with hot or cold? At the time, we were at the Olympic Peninsula, at a place where there were natural hot springs. Have you all experienced natural hot springs? It's the most relaxing feeling, sinking into this hot water pool with steam billowing out and just feeling the heat remove the soreness from your muscles. Absolutely divine. But next to the hot pool, there was the cold one. Yes, at first we didn't quite realize the differences in the temperature across the two pools, and later got to know that the temperatures were from cold to hot to real hot. I'm sure you have heard about the growing practice of cold plunges or ice swimming, a popular one in the Netherlands and few other countries. It has health benefits which include improving cardiovascular health and fitness. It also helps to boost the immune system and can be a natural stress reliever. Plus, it can help improve sleep. Here are some fun facts. Ice swimming as a term was first coined in 2009. It's swimming in temperatures of 5 degrees Celsius or 41 degrees Fahrenheit. And when done as a sport, it's unassisted with a cap, goggles, and the standard swimming costume. This is how it's defined by the International Ice Swimming Association. This is an association of ice swimming enthusiasts that have their championships as well, with records being set and hold various events through the year. There are different milestones. For example, the Ice Sevens. To complete certification in Ice Sevens, one must swim an ice mile in every frozen continent or sea in the world, which is an ice mile in Africa, in Europe, Asia, South America, North America, Oceania, and a polar ice mile, which is either in Antarctica or the Arctic. And at least one of these ice miles must be in what is known as the brutal ice zero, which is an ice mile in water temperatures less than 1 degree centigrade. There are very few, only about 3 people in the world who have done the ice sevens. Interesting, right? One would think it's about fitness and tenacity, but actually it's a lot more. It's about your ice tolerance, travel to remote places for which one needs financial resources, and organizing all the logistics plus the safety aspects. It requires a lot of planning and resources to do this, but it's an accomplishment. Fellow Mavericks, have you tried ice swimming? Let me know if you have done it and what the experience was. I can't claim to have done it myself, but I did experience some of the hot and cold experience at the hot springs. All of us, Sanjana, myself, and our daughter, did the hot springs, the hot temperature one, and then jumped into the cold one. Wow, it was a shock to the system. There were some screams and noises, but as one settled down into the cold water swim, there was a tingling all over, followed by a burst of energy and a general feeling of rejuvenation. Hard to kind of describe, you see. Uh, we then went back to the hot spring. I was happy with the one time, but Sanjana tried it a few times. Hot, then cold, and then hot, and then cold, and repeat. Got easier once you have done it, but energizing each time. We all emerged from that experience feeling ready to tackle anything. Highly recommended to experience at least once in your lifetime. I know it might sound alien given how most of us need the right temperature to have a swim, but believe you me, you will not regret this. Returning to the topic of extremes and the appeal of opposites, it is likely that preferences for hot versus cold water swimming would display a normal distribution, with most individuals falling near the median, the typical bell curve as we say. This central tendency reflects the majority of the population's preferences. In my experience with consumer marketing, products are typically designed to cater to this majority. However, it is important to assess whether targeting extreme or niche segments or focusing on the median, which of them is kind of more beneficial. Such considerations are essential when evaluating structures and profit margins. Social media also plays a role here. One is influenced by smart marketing and influencers to fall in the middle category or to either side. Either way, there is no right or wrong. The better you understand yourself, the more comfortable and content you become with your choices. Here is where the Maverick formula comes in. You will recall the three elements: go with your gut, be true, and fall forward. Underpinning these is the important aspect of mindfulness, the inner listening which helps facilitate us taking the right decision and going forward. This also helps us understand ourselves better, and doing so makes us calmer and more content with our choices, and most importantly, comfortable with who we are. So, whether it's hot or cold you prefer, it doesn't really matter, right? It might be a small thing, but represents a much larger concept of being comfortable with one's choices, understanding your preferences, and being content. But once in a while, push yourself. That's the maverick spirit. So if you like hot drinks, go for the cold ones for a change, and vice versa. Just for the fun of it, for testing and trialing something you have not done before. And prepare to be surprised. You might just start liking something you have not done before. As choices change, just as we change. I can say from my experience, cold water swimming is not something I would say I enjoy. But that day, when I went out from the hot pool to the cold one, it was super fun. An experience to savor. Will I try it again? That remains to be seen. Would love to hear about your summer holiday. Have you tried something new? On our side, the extreme experience kept playing out. We went from discovering hot springs to glacier hiking. More about what it feels like to walk on a glacier in an upcoming podcast episode. Fellow Mavericks, continue enjoying the season you're in, be it summer or winter, and share your experiences at theordinarymaverick@gmail.com and follow me on Instagram, #theordinarymaverick. I love hearing from you. This is Ajay signing off and wishing you have an amazing day. Keep well, stay safe. Credits. This podcast series was put together as a team effort from the Bhardwaj family. Concept, design, title, researchers and reviewers Sanjana, Ajay, Avantika and Niharika Bhardwaj. Script, Sanjana. Cover design, Niharika. All rights reserved.